Alright, so I am about to just add a little curl to my dry hair using rollers, okay? And I don't want it too curly because I do not like hair that is very curly. So I'm going to be using these big flexi rods for the most part, except for when I get to the back. And the thing about flexi rods is that you can put a lot of hair on them at one time.
Squirrel alert.
What?
Squirrel alert.
What does that mean?
There's a squirrel. Outside.
Well, as long as it's outside, that's fine.
Okay. What if it's busting the door like that? No. Squirrel, BI, open up.
Get off my bed, please.
Squirrel, be up. Squirrel, be up.
All right, so with these, I'm rolling these to the front, and you see this big piece of hair. That's what I was saying. You can take a big chunk of hair with the flexi rods. It's perfectly fine. It's not okay to do that when you're rolling your hair. I mean, when you're curling it, but it's perfectly fine when you are rolling it. All right. Take my next piece back here. And again, see, this is a big chunk of hair. And again, I normally just do it this way on dry hair, okay? When I'm setting it while it's wet, I do not do it this way. And also, I don't roll it very tight. And then when I roll it, I fold both ends. So I fold both ends. So when you fold the top down, you want to fold the bottom up too. That basically just secures it. That's all. And this may be the last piece that I can use these big flexi rods with. I'm not sure if I'll be able to do that on this side. I might, but we'll see. And most of the times, flexi rods come with like 5 or 6 of them in the pack. And for the most part, when you're just like rolling your hair up for the night, that's all you need. Now, when you're setting your hair, you may need more. But just for maintenance wise, you really don't need a lot. I always tell my clients it doesn't have to be perfect when you're doing it with the flexi rods at night. You're just wanting to basically maintain that curl pattern and for it to not just be straight. So yeah, for this side, I'm going to use, well, let's see. Because typically the idea is you want the roller to go around the hair 2.5 times. So one, that's about 2 times. I guess that's okay. Because again, I'm not going for like curly. I just want it to be, have some bump. Because if it's too curly, I will wrap this hair back up and take some of that curl out. All right. So for the rest of the back, because this part is pretty short back here, so what I'm gonna do is just use just regular rollers. I still don't feel like it's long enough for me to do like just a wet set on it at this point. So I still use heat when I'm typically styling it from it being wet. Okay, now with now I'm gonna use these. Y'all know these old school rollers, okay? All right. Hang on one second. Okay. So y'all know these rollers right here. So what I normally do with these, um, you can roll them this way, but I'm gonna roll them this way in the back. And the reason why I'm doing that is because my hair, especially in the back, is layered. So I wanted to kind of, give that layered look. So I'm rolling it vertically. But you do need to take a little bit less hair with these rollers because if you take too much hair with the pink rollers, that top will pop off. And I think the chat is open. So if y'all have any questions or comments, I'm pretty sure the chat is open. Okay. Now, this back part is going to get a little tricky, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. I clearly didn't think this hair cut all the way through. But it's growing back because it was so short in the back that I could not even use a flat iron back there. I had to use that teeny tiny flat iron. And now I can use my big one. Okay. And if you haven't already, please be sure to subscribe to the channel. All right. Okay, now, so in the very back, I'm going to try to use these small green ones. I may have to try to go a size smaller than that. And there's no way that I can do the green ones going horizontally. So I'm just going to do those vertically. I may have to go this size, which is a size smaller than the green. I'll never get rid of these hard rollers with these, the ones your grandma used to use with these little, because they secure the best. Okay, so I may need to use these. I'm going to try to use these though. And I only need two back here. And the reason why I would rather use the big one is because the smaller the roller, the tighter the curl. So if you use a very small roller and you roll your hair tight, you're going to get a tight curl. If you roll your hair with a larger roller, it's going to be more loose. That's why sometimes you'll see people with those like huge rollers in their hair, like even bigger than this, and their hair comes out straight. That's because they just want a little hump in it. They don't want it to, like a little bump. They don't want it to be like, rods. Okay, so that fit. And you see how there's hair sticking out, pieces sticking out. That's fine. That's fine, okay? When you take it all down, it's going to blend perfectly. Trust me. When you're rolling your hair up, especially dry hair, it does not have to be perfect. And I probably will let these stay in overnight, but you can I mean, if you just like don't have that kind of time, you can put them in like in the morning, like when you're getting ready to go to work. Whenever we do go back to work, right? When you're getting ready, you can put like soon as you get up, you can throw the rollers in your hair, take your shower, get dressed, put your clothes on, la la la, get your face together, and then take them down, and you'll have a little bend. But if you let them stay overnight, the longer you leave them, um, the more defined those curls will be. But it really don't take that long. All right, so that's it. So at this point, I will simply take my scarf. I was gonna take this one, but it does not really match what I have on. So I'm just gonna take the all black. I'll put this one back up. And just a little tip with your scars, make sure you are washing them. Wash them weekly so that when you do your hair, you will have a clean one. You don't want to put a dirty scarf on clean hair. All right. I always smell mine before I put them on to make sure. Yeah. You know how dirty hair smells. If your scarf is smelling like that, then you want to throw that in the washing machine. That's why I always recommend you get two scarves. So while one is being washed, the other one can be used. All right. These are 100% satin. You can get these at buyljonesproducts.com. Let's see if I can write that in the comment. Um, okay. I don't see that I can write anything. Hold on. Okay, I guess I'm still learning this YouTube live. It's a little different. All right. Anywho, BYLJonesProducts.com. So this is how I take my scarf. So I take my scarf and I fold one corner of it down, and this corner that I folded down is gonna go in the back of my head. Okay. So depending on how big your head is, especially with the rollers on, that's gonna determine how much of the corner you fold down. Like you don't want to fold it completely in half because that's not gonna cover your whole head. So what you could do is just fold just a little bit of the corner down, like so, and then you put this in the back. And then you tie it secure this way. And you could, if you wanted to, you could skip this step and just put your satin um, bonnet on. But I like this step because no matter which way you sleep on the rollers, they will not move if you have it tied up with your scarf. All right. And there you go. And then if you just sleep extra hard, you can just put your bonnet on top. But I don't need all that. I don't sleep that hard. All right. And that's basically it. I was gonna show y'all. I have an extra large bonnet that like covers, like if you have rollers in your hair. But I can't find it at the moment. So, but anyway, this is all you do. So I'm gonna let this stay in for a little while, and then when I come back tomorrow, then I'll show you the finished product. Okay. So as of right now, Basically, like I said, I did not apply any heat or anything, and I did not use a bunch of rollers. Okay, you don't have to use a bunch of rollers. You can put a lot of hair on one roller. As much hair that will fit on that one roller without the roller just popping off. Okay, you don't have to use like little tiny sections, because especially if you just want like a little bump, because the only thing that's gonna do is make your curl much tighter. Okay, so that's the end of this tutorial. That's the end of this tutorial. If you have any questions, let me know now before I leave. Let's see here. Okay, sorry. All right, you guys. So that'll conclude this tutorial. And again, I'll come back tomorrow with the updated look just to show you all how it turned out. But again, I'm not aiming for anything super curly, just to add a little bump to it. You know how some people say, oh, my hair is just too